Rappers, here's how to get more out of your producers. Focus on just a few, if not one. I feel like a lot of artists might have so many different producers, but focus is what gets the most results, is it not? It's focus, not diversification. Like, say you want to work with all these different producers, but then you start spreading yourself thin. And yes, of course, you make connections, but if you don't work with all of them constantly, your mind and their minds will not be as powerful for joint forces as if you just work with one producer or maybe two. Like, it's your career, but one producer consistently. Artists seems to have the biggest fucking problems with consistency. And so do producers. Like, what the fuck? It's not that hard to understand that the biggest successes are just accumulations of the same fucking thing repeated fucking thousands and thousands of times over time. But people like looking at those results, and their brains really only see the results. They don't see the map of how to get there. So they only see like a territory. They really just see the results. They don't consider that much the time, the work, the practice, the discipline, the meetings, the studio sessions, the talks with family, the tours, crying fans, the adventure. No, they just see the money, the fans. They don't really even want to visualize the idea of the action required to make these things happen. And they just work and work and work and record over fucking YouTube beats and don't realize that life is just passing them by. They don't realize that looking for like-minded producers is worth it. Ones who are likely to work with them in symbiosis so long as they are, I don't know, fucking willing to invest in themselves. Consistently, by the way, if I didn't mention that already. The artist who pays the producer, like a relationship based on not just money but trust. Like, there are layers to it. And loyalty. It begins to take form and crystallize as its foundation gets comfortable in the space of harmony. Like, I feel like that only makes sense. But as a producer, maybe that's just me. I'm also an artist. Like, artists who work with me all the time know that I'm always gonna vouch for their artistry and its advancement. They know I'm gonna shout from the roofs and be lavish in my praise. As they say, they know I'm gonna be open and honest with them in dialogue regarding their step-by-step development because they know that I'm an artist who is his own producer. And they hopefully realize that during the time I produce a song for them, what I'm doing in the back of my mind is visualizing what their career is gonna look like in 20 to 30 years from now and what their fan base is gonna expect and how I can solidify the music, the brand, and experience of the song, what I can deliver to that sensation and turn it into a reality. And when artists pay me to do that consistently, I am bound to over-deliver. Why the fuck would a producer not do that? I don't understand when other producers aren't like that, but that's just me. So many producers just like to give shit for free to good customers. You can negotiate with producers also when you're like this. Every now and then, like, the more you work with these people, the more room you will be able to make with them. I'm not saying after a while it's just gonna be free, but like I say in my video about expecting support in return for giving it, all that is worth keeping in mind. In fact, you'd be surprised a lot of artists would just give up because they can't find a producer who hears their shit and immediately thinks, damn, I'm gonna work with this guy for free. Sometimes I talk about shit like this, and I hope some artist is watching it, and I just get in their head, and they're like, oh my gosh, I need to start saving up for my own equipment. Or like, I need to start investing in my career because time is more important than money, and I don't have time to waste. With the rise of producers in the beat leasing industry, even in the thank you economy of today, it's really rare nowadays that you just find some new Rakim and Eric B, or Eminem and Dr. Dre, or Drake and 40, or Future and Metro Boomin. Like, that's very fucking rare. That's why there are so few giant examples that really stand the test of time, that someone could just name them off the bat. You fucking give them your value. You give them your money. Everyone hears bullshit like this and thinks, dude, that's not true. It doesn't. But everyone's saying it is either everyone who has done it to the point where they see lots of results, or everyone who hears those people and believes that, you know, if they say it's gonna work, you know, it might just work.
Have I seen results? No!
You know why? It's because I give them. I'm not the artist. I'm a artist, but I mean, I'm also a producer. So I'm not the artist. I do everything on my own. And honestly, if I need to pay someone for their services, like maybe a music video or something, ideally I would end up doing it with like an investor's money, because I'm gonna put a lot of my disposable income within the next year or so into probably like Airbit or SoundClick promotion so I can sell more beats. These people are humans. Well,
most of them.
The more you work with them, the more shit you will get out of them. And I'm not just talking about money. I'm also talking about shit you can't put a value on, like life lessons or trust or friendship or industry connections. CLV, customer lifetime value, it exists for a reason. I haven't taken any business classes, but I felt like if I used that acronym at some point in the video about the music business, it would make it seem like such a thing weren't true. What about you guys? Let me know what you think in the comments. What works for you if you're a producer? What does an artist need to get more out of you? Is it
only money?
For me, personally, it's not. I think it's just about like consistency. if that makes sense. If an artist likes working with me all the time, then, you know, because I like working with them and they're just nice people, I'd be so much more obligated to literally just throw them a free beat whenever I'm feeling very generous. You never know. But maybe that's just me. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to hit me up. There are links at the bottom of the description to all my social media. Also at the bottom of the description, there's a link to my new production kit where you can find all the hardware and software that I use to make music. If you buy any, I get commission, which helps me build this channel and keep making these videos for you guys. I made all the beats in this video. If you want to use them, you can find links to each one in the description from first to last or at samuel.earth/beats. Make sure to leave a like if you like it, subscribe if you haven't already. If you could turn on that little bell to receive a notification every time I drop a new video, that would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can find me everywhere and I will see you then.